What's up, Potters?
What's up, everyone? Welcome.
We're here
We're back once again with the DieCast.
with the DieCast. However, we do have a lot of things to talk about first.
There are many things. Jack has a thing.
I have a thing.
There's other things.
A lot of things going on.
You want to just jump straight into the Vanguard stuff?
Let's just jump into it. Yeah.
Let's just jump into it.
Who is that?
Philip DeFranco.
Okay, I was like,
You know it's someone, yeah. Philip DeFranco.
I don't watch him all the time. Give me what's going on.
You looking up the roadmap?
I wasn't. I was just gonna look at my alleged.
Just checking on his
my
fucking
alleged gambling.
Jesus Christ.
Gotta add an alleged.
Oh yeah, alleged because it's illegal.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Just add an alleged and then you win.
Yeah, can't prove anything because it's all alleged. He's not actually gambling.
Yeah. So what do you? So there's a lot of things going on in Warzone Vanguard Season 2.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
However,
here on this
who
podcast.
cares? Who cares? We're here to talk about Call of Duty Zombies. Oh
and
yeah.
There's a surprising amount of content
right?
in this one. There's like I saw the roadmap and I'm like, oh my god,
right?
they're actually giving zombies a
there's
little
like,
bit of love.
Give me a second. Let me do some counting.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of different. It has like the most content or like the most things in the roadmap.
It has the most
wild.
things on the roadmap. So do you want to present it? Or want me to present it?
I mean, you have the roadmap pulled up, so you do.
Okay. So we are being introduced to the map Terra Maledicta. Terra Maledicta.
Yeah.
That.
Something like that.
Egypt map, which was, I am pretty sure, teased years ago. Like 6 years ago.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm sure it happened at some point. I don't remember this.
13. 6 years ago.
Jesus
Nuts.
Christ. That's insane.
That's getting us a lot as of late. But we're getting a new map for a Vanguard, which is crazy.
I was not expecting this.
Nor was I. I expected them to leave it in the fucking dust and just fix some bugs occasionally. And then for them to just forget about it and maybe every season add in a new area.
Yeah,
I
I was expecting like maybe a couple new areas and like some weapons and stuff.
Yeah, just
like we knew we were getting the wonder weapons. I thought we were just gonna get like that and and like a couple new areas. They were gonna like port some multiplayer maps or something.
Yeah, but whole last map. At least
whole map. There's
to
like
our recollection or to our current knowledge, it might be just some MP shit. We don't know.
I mean, yeah, I think it's like gonna be MP shit, and then also they said there's like kind of similar to Shino. There's like a specific area made for zombies.
Yeah,
I think that's how they're gonna do it.
But yeah,
still though, full new map. Egypt setting is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually like a little bit excited about that, just a little bit.
I wonder if as we said before, it was just leftover assets from Chaos, because you can't tell me they weren't like, you know what we're gonna do? Egypt map, because like, come on, Chaos Egypt,
Dude, a chaos. Oh.
And you can't tell me they didn't have that prepared and thought, fuck it, we're throwing it into Vanguard.
Oh.
I'm telling you, everything they've done for Vanguard, I'm like, that seems like it was gonna be a Chaos thing, and then everyone stopped caring and they had shit left over.
There definitely could have been like some ideas and stuff for Chaos that they're still using.
I'm not saying that the whole thing is. I'm not like in there completely just saying fuck it and taking from Chaos, but a lot of the concepts, a lot of areas they had kind of not like built, but like blueprinted
Stuff that they had like mocked up.
Yeah, shit they had mocked up. But yeah, so we got that. So that's the big thing. There's a couple of things. There's a couple new arenas. We have the Corrupted Lands, which looks nasty. Nasty like a W. Gnarly.
Some like Doom shit.
Yeah. And then we have the Eastern Desert, which is probably just a multiplayer thing, if I'm being honest with you.
Quite possibly.
And then the Hall of Truth, which you can't see very well, but looks interesting.
The fuck is the Hall of Truth?
It looks like it might be fucking Dome. Not Dome. Is it called Dome? Is there a map? Yeah. It looks like it might be fucking Dome.
Maybe.
Maybe not. I'm not saying it is.
So.
But yeah, and then we're gonna get to the new enemy, Zabala the Deceiver, which looks also fucking gnarly.
Shit's going kind of wild.
Yeah.
To be honest.
You're gonna add all these on the screen, right? Put all these on the screen.
Yes.
Are you?
I thought about it and I was like, I'm gonna have to do that. God damn it.
I wouldn't have done it.
I already thought about it and I was planning on it.
All right. Well, and then we've got two wonder weapons. which are how can I say uninspired. To be fair, we have the ray gun. Wow, that's big.
Hey, Raygun's cool.
It should have been in the game from the beginning, right? I'm not like not everything has to have necessarily a new wonder weapon, or they don't have to add a new like creative wonder weapon, but the ray gun should have been there from the beginning. Let's be real.
It does feel a bit weird having this as like a season 2
Right?
like
It's weird.
main selling point.
Yep. And then we have the Decimator shield. I'm gonna use it again. Gnarly.
It does look gnarly. It is also. I find it interesting that one of the wonder weapons we're getting now is just a zombie shield.
This is a shield.
Which is.
It's got a big fucking eye on it though.
It looks crazy. It's probably gonna be like hopefully pretty cool to use. It looks pretty sick.
Hopefully. Yep. We've got a new objective for the bad thing called Sacrifice.
Great.
Looks kind of cool. Feel like it probably won't be cool. That's just my
Probably
vibe.
not. Most of the objectives aren't great.
Just my vibe. We've got a new ally, Verkana the Last, which I think is just like the Covenant, right?
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
And then we've got a new artifact, Wand of the Wilds.
What the fuck are artifacts?
I think that's like, whoosh, you pop the little head. You know what were they? Field upgrades, not field upgrades. Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're. Yeah.
It was like Ring of Fire.
Those are the field upgrades. Yeah. So
Like
wait,
Ring of
what are covenants? Are the in-game heart guys, right?
Those are. I think.
Yeah, the
Either that or
the perks.
It's either that or the other way around. That or the other way around. I'm not sure. And then a new story quest.
Which hype.
Probably not gonna do it. But
mean,
cool.
I think we should probably do it.
Probably. We didn't do it for Forsaken.
I mean, I did it for Forsaken.
You did?
Yeah, I did the Easter egg.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did all the Cold War Easter eggs that aren't in Outbreak.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the Outbreak Easter eggs at some point. I want to play through them.
Bro, Outbreak is fun.
Outbreak is fun. It's also, it's like, the last time that we really played it, I think it was kind of like it was still mid Cold War, so there was like stuff being added still. There's like a lot to do in it now. There's a lot of shit in Outbreak.
That's fun.
There's like a bunch of side objectives. You can find like you can like fight Ordas and stuff. Obviously, I think you know about that.
Yeah, I've seen those.
But there's like helicopters, like Omega helicopters that spawn in that you can like shoot down and get a bunch of loot from. There's like new side objectives and shit.
I know we said we don't care about the Warzone stuff, but a thing I learned. Did you see there's gonna be fucking AI? There's gonna be trucks with AI guards in them defending the best loot in Caldera.
That's some Fortnite shit.
Whack shit. That's whack.
I mean, they did it in Fortnite and it kind of worked there. I think that was like a Fortnite thing. Remember?
Yeah, but you know what? But you know what it was? Fucking cringe. It was cringe.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of neat having like locations that had guards.
False.
Had like people to fight.
Wrong.
People. Oh Jesus Christ.
That's gonna be rough. That's rough for you if you have to do that. It's rough for just us in the future. All right. Well, let's get back. We're back, fellas. Weird cut. Didn't want that to happen, but here we are. But
Yeah, that's all the Vanguard stuff to
that's
talk
the Vanguard
about.
stuff. But that if we need to, we might end up not. The next podcast might end up getting like delayed a day to give us more time to play it. Also, I think the most recent one's the one that came out late, right?
Oh yeah.
Well-
I don't think we need to delay the podcast. I mean, it's coming out Monday. We can just play Monday and then early Tuesday and then run the podcast Tuesday night.
Yeah, but it's either way. So apologies for the last episode coming out a little late. My computer was being real weird with it.
Didn't you also just like edit it late?
Yes, but I edited it late, like in the day. Like it would have come out at
yeah,
like 10.
Yeah.
Which is late, but not like.
It would have been on the day.
But not like what the hell, guys. You know.
Yeah.
But so yeah, there we go.
Do you guys like the thumbnail for that one?
Yeah, he sent it to me, and there was a swastika in it, and I was like, we can't have that in the thumbnail.
Everything else about it is perfect.
Yeah.
Flawless, in my opinion.
I love just putting cast over something. Like it's gonna say, should it be cast rise or DieCast?
I don't know. Whoever makes the thumbnail will decide.
Me, so I'm gonna decide.
Probably DieCast, right? DieCast.
Yeah,
sounds better.
DieCast probably works better. So now I wanted this. I had a conversation that I talked to Sky, or I kind of
He alluded to it.
I alluded to it to Sky.
I don't know what this is. He wants to talk about Cold War in some manner.
Well, I want to talk about Cold War a little bit because this did come from watching the Prestige video. Did you watch the Prestige video?
About, like, the leaks?
Mm-hmm.
I watched part of it.
So my thought process came from watching that video. However, it doesn't have to do with that. Where they were
Okay.
talking about how they were going to add how there was like a new gun, there was some new operators they were going to add,
New Cold War content
new Cold
coming.
War content.
Similar to, I assume, what they've done with Modern Warfare, where they updated the game a bit during Cold War's life cycle.
And in Modern Warfare, they added new guns, some new operators, some new maps. And I wanted to bring you the question: do you think they could add a new Cold War Zombies map? Do you think it's a possibility?
I've thought about it. There is. I've seen people speculating. You know, I've seen like some of the clickbait being like Cold War Year 2 confirmed type shit.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about a whole second cycle. I'm not referencing like Cold War Chronicles. I'm not saying any of that. But do you think that there's a chance they add another map?
The dream is not dead.
The dream is not dead, and I want to know. What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna say personally, I think there are pretty low odds that it happens, but I think it is within the realm of possibility.
I'll say I thought there was a better chance until today.
As did I. I was
Right?
gonna say the same thing. I saw that and I'm like,
I saw it.
they're busting their asses for Vanguard
They are busting
zombies.
their fucking asses for this shit. I saw that today, and that was my first thought. I wasn't, hey,
Yep.
new Vanguard map. I was,
Damn.
so there's probably not gonna be a Cold War map.
Damn, yeah. That I'm gonna be honest. I also thought about that when I saw it. I was like,
That's funny.
damn.
So we were
oof.
sitting in a VC, talking about the new shit, without saying the thing that we were both thinking.
Yeah,
That's really funny.
that's pretty cool.
That's a 75 moment.
Truly.
That's a 75 moment. But I do think that even then there is still a chance.
I think there is a possibility. I really hope we get just like, if nothing else, if they're gonna do something, I hope we get some smaller scale survival type maps that are still round based. I think
Something.
that could be fun.
I think all that could be fun.
I really wish they did more stuff like that, like what they did with BO2. Like it was such a strong start with like Town and like Lost Depot and stuff. That idea.
Now
of, like,
I
the
don't know.
survival
I don't
maps
know
is
if you can
great.
go out and call the start of BO1 or BO2 strong.
Well, I mean specifically in that aspect, like Town in particular is like
Just get
a really well loved map for a reason.
for what
like
it is. For what it is. Again, for what it is, it's very good.
I wish they did that more. I really wish
agree.
there was more of that.
We've I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but we have had the conversation that we think that in Cold War they should have made
Standalone knocked.
standalone knocked.
That would have been. It would have been a little bit awkward, I think, with Cold War's mechanics, just with like the speed of everything. I think it might have been a bit challenging, but I think it would have been fun still.
Yeah.
Like just give it like a standalone Knocked map. You're just stuck in there. Like they've got the asset. Like they had the arcade version of Knocked.
Yeah. And so these are all things that we had talked about. And yeah, I mean,
I really just hope we get more Cold War zombie stuff, man.
I
went-
agree.
I going back. So I was leveling some guns for Warzone, right? Because I'm a Warzone nerd.
Because we are kind of Warzone nerds now, which I don't really like. But
I
also
mean, I
Warzone,
don't care. It's
Warzone
fun.
is fun, is the problem. But also, I don't want to be what is called a nerd. I was gonna drop a slur. And
Wait, what slur were you gonna drop?
the F1. But I thought about it, and I'm not gonna do that because that.
I
would
appreciate it because
be-
now I don't have to go through and find the spot to censor it.
Yeah. So.
Dude, yeah, anyway, my point being, I was going back and just like playing some zombies to level stuff because
What were you playing?
Forsaken in the spawn room because that's like the best way to level shit now. Just
Okay.
pop some double XP, play in the spawn room, play the first like 15 to 20 rounds roughly. Shit goes by so fast. It's you can zoom it within like an hour and a half. You can get something from 0 to like 50, which is pretty nice. And my point with that being, Cold War Zombies is so fucking fun, man. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I fucking love Cold War Zombies. I forgot just how fun it was. Cold War is so good, man. Cold War Zombies is great.
I'll say I think if we're talking on a level of like how like or we're gonna talk about consistency, Cold War is the most consistent game.
It is very consistently good.
I think that it isn't the best game, but there's nothing below B.
Yeah,
Nothing below B, and like everything is like if I had to grade it like an actual like a grading scale, like it's all like nothing's like it doesn't have a B minus.
yeah,
It has
everything,
B's, B pluses, A minuses.
It's got like it doesn't have like the peaks, but it's got a baseline of just
It doesn't have the
quality.
peaks, but it isn't anywhere close to the troughs.
Yeah, it's just consistently pretty solid.
Yeah.
And also the core gameplay is the best in Zombies.
The what?
The core like mechanics of the mode.
Like what do you mean? Like give me an example.
Like all of the changes that they made to it. Like just the core, the way the game plays.
Is what? I want you to repeat your statement.
The best in Zombies.
We're man.
This is an opinion I'm not going to back down on. The fundamentals of Cold War are the best in Zombies.
God damn, bro. You fucking right. I was like, that's cringe, and I was like,
Yeah, you thought about it, and you're like,
is it
yeah.
cringe though? Is there anything that's kind of bad? Because then they added like, there's just so much quality of life shit. There's so much.
There's so much nice shit.
There's so much shit that you're just like, I wish that I could have that. And there's there's nothing bad.
Yeah.
I think that the perk pricing thing is a little weird. I'm gonna stand by that. That's a little weird.
I think it's maybe a little bit weird.
It isn't
for just
necessarily
like-
a
for
bad
just like-
thing, but I do
Yeah.
really like perks having their own price.
It's one of those small things that just of a little bit removes that small bit of personality, I think.
Yeah, which I think again is the problem with Cold War and then
Yeah.
Vanguard.
That's a very small thing,
Yeah,
but
that-
it
that-
contributes.
That's why Cold War is like it's crazy. It's less than the sum of its parts. I think.
Yeah, I get that. I get where you're coming from. on that.
Like I said, nothing on Cold War is a B minus. But I think Cold War is a B minus.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
It's maybe Outbreak's a B minus. Maybe Outbreak's a B minus.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't played it in a while.
I want to revisit Outbreak. I got to do, like I said, I got to go play the Easter eggs on that.
I am like forgetting because I haven't gone back and bought an old Call of Duty game that didn't have a season pass.
Oh yeah.
And that I realized that if I dropped the $30 for Cold War when it's on sale or some shit, that's it. I don't want to buy anything more.
Yeah, you just have the full game, all of the content.
Cat's here. She's
That's
gone.
That's one of the nice things about modern Call of Duty.
That is
Two steps forward, one step backwards.
Yerp. That's going well. Allegedly. And yeah,
Cold War Zombies is so fucking good.
Cold
though, man.
War.
I really love Cold War Zombies. Going back and replaying it, like I grinded out. I got the C58 Dark Matter last night. Just grinded that shit out on Firebase C.
I'm still thinking about the best mechanics question.
Yeah, for me, it's no question Cold War.
Why wouldn't it be BO3? Tell me why it wouldn't be BO3. I just want to know.
I think that for as good as BO3 is, I think that just like some of the quality of life stuff isn't there that's present in Cold War.
What does BO3
BO3
do poorly?
BO3
I'm
mechanically is like it's still like good mechanics. I like BO3. I think that the AATs, it was the first introduction of those. I think they're a little bit messy in that game. I think they could have been like the way they're done in Cold War is perfect.
I think you're misunderstanding. I'm not asking how good is the BO3. I'm trying to rationalize in my head why it wouldn't be BO3. Because my brain initially snaps to BO3, and then maybe even BO1. Because here's the thing, I think I enjoy the movement of BO3 and BO1 a good bit more than Cold War.
Cold War's movement isn't the best, I will say. I'll agree to that.
I think that I don't enjoy in the older games like because at this point, there's like a solid 3 generations of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like, we've got the initial generation, I guess 4 if you want to include pre-COD 4.
Yeah, that definitely counts.
Yeah, so we'll call 4. There's been 4 generations, 4 eras of Call of Duty. You got the first couple, which I've never played, and very few people, I would say, have.
Compared to how many people have played.
Obviously compared.
Yeah, relatively.
And then you've got, I would say, what I would say is the golden era of Call of Duty, COD 4 to BO2.
Yeah.
I would say, which is crazy. That was 5 years.
Yeah. Oh my God.
COD 4 came out in 2007. BO2 came out in 2012.
Jesus Christ.
That's crazy. It's crazy that, like, we are as far from that era as that era was from the era before.
Jesus.
But so either way, so there's that. So there is the beginning of Call of Duty. There is the golden era of Call of Duty. There is the worst era, I would make the case. Maybe, I don't know.
This one has its ups and downs, for sure.
Ups and downs. But,
it's got some pretty big
downs.
And
then you've got Ghosts until BO4.
Yeah, that's not a great stretch of games.
Not a great stretch of games. The worst. Not. The thing is, there are some not terrible games there. I think Advanced Warfare did some good things.
I think Ghost did some good things.
Ghost did some good things.
Ghost and AW were both really fun. BO3 has the best zombies.
Has the best zombies.
And I don't think that will ever change unless Cold War gets like a full year or two.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold out hope for the next Treyarch game. Because they're going to have 3 years.
Yeah, we can hope, man.
I'm going to hold out hope. And then when this podcast inevitably dies in the next year or so, we're going to... And if Black Ops Cold War 2 comes out and it's good, I want to do an episode on it.
Revive the podcast.
Revival of Pod of the Dead. Pod of the Alive.
Oh, my God.
Shit.
The special.
And I want to do, but I think that I'm holding that hope for it because the best zombies game was given 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if they can actually deliver on it, if they have the proper time, I think they can.
Yeah, and I'm holding that hope for it because either way, at the end of the day, I still trust Treyarch.
Yeah, I mean, they gave us like Cold War zombies as like the last game before Vanguard.
That's what's crazy. I still remember so vividly our conversations pre-Cold War.
Yeah, I know.
And me being like, man, BO4 didn't hit, but I still trust Treyarch. And you were like, I don't.
It wasn't even that. I was just like skeptical about the pre-order. I had my doubts for sure. I think it was fair that I had my doubts because
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Because like they didn't. Cold War seemed like it was just fucked from the start.
Yeah,
it seemed so bad for that game.
But it became a pretty good game, and
came out to be like great zombies.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I still trust Treyarch. I think Treyarch is still the best developer.
Yeah,
and I'm not willing to argue that with anyone because it's what are we talking about?
I do. It does come down to like I think what you enjoy probably, but overall I think Treyarch is up there.
Also they can shut the fuck up because like it just, god damn.
Cat's going wild right now.
One cat was pulling some shit in the litter box, and the other cat went fucking
bopped him.
Fucking bopped Ellie. Now Ellie's running away like a little bitch,
like a pussy, you could say.
Yeah. Oh, he's jumping her.
Oh my god.
Elodie is not trying to play, and Jambo is trying to play.
Jambo, you gotta calm the fuck down.
She wants to escape into your room, but no, the door's shut, you ugly ass bitch. So let's talk about Die Rise. You've gone a while, I feel. I feel like it isn't a while. Hold on, let me check something.
How long have we been going?
You're saved. We're 17 minutes into this bit.
Yeah, no, this one felt longer.
Right?
I knew this one was going on
Yeah.
longer. I would have been so fucking sad
Yeah, fair enough.
if the camera was like dying on us every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Not dying,
that would have
but,
been really bad.
that would have. Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, but so let's.
I'm getting mad thinking about the thing that didn't happen.
That is really funny. Mac has occasionally woken up from dreams and been like, "You cheated on me in my dream," and I'm like, "I don't care. I just don't. I didn't do that."
I'm pissed at you, Jackson.
I'm like, "Bro, I would agree with you, but that didn't happen. I didn't cheat on you."
Okay, Die Rise time.
Die Rise.
This is the Die Rise cast, and we've gone for almost half an hour.
Yeah, we're nearly half an hour, and we haven't talked about a Die Rise yet. That's because we don't really have a lot of takes.
There's not really much new to say. I can give some of my thoughts on why it doesn't work. I think.
Like, you talk because up until this point you never really played Die Rise.
Yeah, so I played Die Rise the other night for the first and last time.
Why?
So very lukewarm. Not this is a cold take. Die Rise is bad.
It's not great.
It's not a very good map.
I had expected my opinion to jump a little bit. Me to put it back into like that B tier range.
To like bump it up a little because
Nope.
he has like he has history with Die
I
Rise.
got history with Die Rise. Die Rise at one point was my favorite map.
Which is crazy.
Crazy, but it was. It's my favorite map. Not my favorite map anymore. Not even close. Want to know why? It's dog shit. That's why.
Yeah, so I played it for the first time. Like we did with the other stuff, like with Moon, I do want to try and look at some of the positives, talk about some like the good aspects. However, first, let's talk about why the map's not good. First of all, it's got the transit crew before they became like a little bit better in like Buried and Tog der Toten.
Yep.
So they're bad.
The only interesting character is I think Stuhlinger.
Yeah. Stuhlinger is good.
And even then, he's still fucking annoying.
He's annoying, but he's like a fine character.
But he has some interest to him.
He's
like,
okay.
That's a little interesting what you just said. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, you've got that cast. You've got the old part system, which is an instant like tear down.
Instant tear down. It's
awful.
Rough.
It's bad.
It's crazy that they did the part system in Transit. We're like, fuck, this didn't work. Everyone hated that. And they did it again in Die Rise, right? And it was like, that's, especially with how the map works, that was a mistake. And then they made Mob, and it was like, that's it.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Look at that. You just pick up the shit. It works.
Right? And then you can build shit, and it's cool. And then they went back to Barry and did it again. It's crazy. They did it like that. That's
yeah.
weird. It's weird. What's his name? Zelensky was like, I will not change for a soul.
Dude held his ground, and then he held his ground until he couldn't handle
Motherfucker,
Activision
anymore. This motherfucker went down swinging, and he did not care. He's like, these bitches can't change me.
And then he made Transit and Die Rise.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so yeah,
that's crazy. The ending of Zelensky and the beginning of Blundell is such the polar opposite.
Yeah.
Because Zelensky just fumbled he fumbled it. Picked it up, fumbled it, picked it up, fumbled it, picked it up, fumbled it. As I'm sorry. Hold on.
You getting a picture?
I'm gonna get a picture, and then you can put it in if you want.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll put it in the pod. Yeah, no, Jimmy just fumbled the bag, and then Blundell came in, and he was I got this shit, bro. Mob of the Dead, Origins, the Giant Shadows, the Ryzen Drac. Holy fuck.
Look at him. Look at his ass. Look at his dumb ass.
He looks so dopey.
He looks so fucking stupid. He's a dumbass cat. We're talking about Jambo.
Yeah. We'll have the picture on screen there.
Yeah. But so
yeah, I'll include Origins in the good run of maps still.
Because you gotta understand that is your opinion that it isn't great.
I still think it's a mid map, but I mean enough people like it, and also I don't think it's bad.
Yeah. Again, I don't like Buried very much, but I'm willing to concede that I'm the one who's a little weird there.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't like the wave gun very much, but I can concede that I'm being a little weird.
I mean, I don't think you're being a little weird. I think it's just like a preference thing. It's just not your thing, and that's fine.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to Die Rise, it's bad.
Yeah, so my biggest issue with Die Rise is like shockingly the map layout and like the structure of everything.
Yeah, it's very similar to a custom map actually that we played that we did talk about.
That custom map, I assume, was pretty based off of Die Rise.
Probably.
It seemed very like
It did.
Die Rise inspired.
Which is weird because it took the worst part of Die Rise, right? Which is the like kind of clock-like nature, you know?
Yeah, it's very round.
It's very very round, but you can't go both ways.
Yeah, see, the way I described it, Die Rise has a lot of points of no return.
That's it.
Where you'll go somewhere, and then you're there. There's no way to backtrack. You have to go around and like work your way back to where you were.
Especially like before you have the power on.
Yeah.
In solo it isn't as bad, but especially before you have the power on, like you like to make the trample steam when you're not in solos or quads, you have to use a bug. You have to pull it off the side, which I didn't know was a thing. The first time I'd ever done it was 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, I'd never done that before.
That's
because I never
funny.
because I never played it co-op. Like I played it solo. I did play co-op, but it's years and years and years.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's like the biggest issue with Die Rise.
That's
it's
the
just
biggest
like
issue.
the layout. It really doesn't feel like it flows well at all.
It does
or,
not.
Or like it has some flow, and then you'll drop down somewhere,
Right.
and then you have to go around the whole map.
It's like an issue that I'll say even Origins has when like if you're playing co-op and someone goes down and you just can't get them.
Yeah, like the map is so big and there's no good ways to get around that there's just nothing you can do.
You just can't do it.
Like that's just not fun. That's not fun or enjoyable.
Like
when you're in a situation where you just can't do anything to help your team.
Like there's the bit where you build the trample steam, right? And then you know how you drop down into the area with the box and such.
Yep.
If I were to drop down, and then you went down, it's over. You're dead.
Yeah. Nothing can be done.
Literally have no chance, right? And what's really important is giving the player the chance.
Yeah, you have to afford them the opportunity.
Can it be difficult? Yes, but give them the chance.
Yeah, like in some scenarios, it's just impossible to help people out.
Yeah, and that happens in so many places.
Yeah, because there's so many spots where you can there's like the big elevator shaft that you can drop down.
And at any point, like there's so many spots that you just can't get up to, where you'll fall down and then you land on the thing so you don't die of fall damage. But if the other person dies in the spot above you, it's over. Which happened in our game. It happened.
Yeah.
Where he took some fall damage and it was a little wacky and he died, and I was below him and it didn't matter. I couldn't get it.
Yep.
And you can make the case, or I feel like the case is made in a lot of situations, not necessarily in the Die Rise case, but kind of something that I'm equating from other situations, where it's like, just stay together. Shouldn't have to stay together.
Yeah,
we shouldn't have to be docking the entire time for me to be able to res him. You know?
Yeah,
that shouldn't be a requirement.
Obviously you can say just get good, but when you're in a situation where you literally can't do anything,
you just can't.
Like that's just not fun. Like it just
puts you in a bad spot.
bad experience.
Puts you in a bad spot, and it's not good. And then it happens again by power, you know, or when you have to jump from one building to the other.
Yeah.
There's no shot. There are 3 places on the map that takes you 5 seconds to get through and 5 minutes to get back.
Yep.
And that's bad. That's bad design.
Yeah, like you can kind of see what they were going for, but I think it just doesn't work well for zombies. In the style that zombies is, where it's just kind of like you're given a map, you have like your sandbox, and then you can kind of go around in that.
Yeah.
Having those, if it were like a linear thing, and it's like, if it were more of like a story type thing, then sure, that's fine. There are games that do that, where you have like your points of no return and stuff. That's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't work with the way that zombies plays.
It doesn't work for zombies because it just doesn't.
It's just not good.
It's just not good.
Something else I'm not a fan of is the constant fear of falling into the void. Don't like that.
I'm gonna maybe just me disagree. Do I think it's a little
this
dumb?
This is something that I was gonna say. I can understand if someone like disagrees on this. Like something that I personally don't like about Die Rise, but I can get if you enjoy it, is like all of the parkour and that aspect of it.
Yeah,
It's not something I'm here for, but I totally get if that's like your vibe. If you enjoy the jumps and like the more skilled element, having to get a little bit better, doing some of those more advanced jumps.
because
I get that.
I think that's a regard where you can just say get good.
Yeah,
You know,
I
don't miss the jump.
Yeah, I do.
I think it's
that's a little bit.
We said it when we were playing. It's a little dumb. I think it's a little dumb that you have to make it like because you are forced to make the jump.
Yeah.
I think that it would be better if you weren't forced to make it, but it could make your life easier if you did.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the move.
That's what I like is like you've got stuff where it's like if you're good enough, you can do this skill-based thing and it benefits you. However, you don't have to do it.
Like that's I think how one of the reasons why BO3 succeeded so well is that, you know, obviously there's the upper cap of how well you can play that is like directly tied to how much you know.
Yeah.
You know, like do you know how to upgrade? You know, they get one weapon, you know how to upgrade the one weapon, but you can still play without it. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Because you can move quick as shit. You have AATs, which are always really strong.
Yep.
And like you can have a good time without it, but with it, it makes the game easier. You can get farther, and it's purely tied to how much you know or how well you're playing.
Yeah.
When in something like Die Rise, you are required to make these jumps, which isn't great, I think.
Yeah, like while we were playing, there was one point where
he did fall. It was funny.
I fell. It was funny, and it was my fault. However, so what happened is I was doing the jump from the dragon building to the trample steam room, and I was expecting my sprint to start, and then it just didn't, and I just fell. So obviously that's my fault. My bad on that one.
He should have hit the jump. Right?
Should have been able. That's a pretty easy jump. Should have been able to make that.
Yep.
However, the fact that I get insta-killed from that and I just can't play the round out after that, I'm not a fan of that. I don't like that.
I think that maybe it could have been improved if you fell, maybe it like you just were down on another part of the map, you know?
Yeah, just like have you...
Because is that what they do? Do they do that in Shadows? I'm not sure. So what were we saying? What was I saying?
You were talking about the drop on Shadows. And you drop down and I think it just like teleports you back up and then revives
which
you.
is like how it should happen.
Yeah, like if it just did that in Die Rise, then it's like
even if it put you down like at the bottom by power.
Yeah, whatever.
That's not great, and it would be better if that didn't happen, but it's not the worst thing in the world. There's a chance, you know?
Yeah. What I think could have been cool
He also had this liquefier.
Yeah, that's...
which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah. So, yeah, what was I going to say?
Balls.
What I think would have been cool is, like, if the map was laid out better, they could have had it so that, like, on all of those jumps, you have map below you. So if you fall, you land in the map. That would have been cool.
That could have been cool.
Because then if you fall, then you're going to die from fall damage, get fucked, but you're still in the map. You're in the playable area.
Which I think...
and then what you do is you add PhD, and then your friend who just bought it can jump all the way down, do a dolphin dive from the top of the map down to the ground. That would have been so fucking cool.
Yeah,
and then you get the res off after fucking massive explosion down there.
Which I think something that would have... I think it would have been a cool idea to, like, kind of... Because, you know, like being at the top, like, you know you're in such a different spot on the map when you're at the top, when you're at the bottom.
Yeah.
You know? But that's a cool tie-in. You know, like it happens occasionally. You know, where you'll jump and then you'll miss the jump. But like the one from the mystery box spot to the sweatshop area at the top, you know, by the dragon.
Yeah.
If you miss that jump, you fall down and land by the AK wall by.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is cool. But if that was like everywhere, that's sick.
That would have been so cool. And then it would have been really nice too if they just had like some type of like fast travels that could get you from like the bottom of the map up. Make it so that the elevators are actually, like, good and not just random and cringe.
And and like some that this is very particular, but I think it's such a small thing, but I think it's important. So you know the bit where you get to the bottom, you jump across the buildings.
Yeah.
There's like the cinder block thing, the guy.
Yeah.
At the end of that cinder block, there are iron bars. You know? You
Yep.
know how they'll have like the little 4 iron bars and shit?
Mm-hmm.
And those poke out. And I always look at those and I'm like, is that a thing?
Is that collidable?
Is
Can
that
you stand on it?
collidable? And right now, I could not tell you. I don't know. And that's bad.
Yeah, that's one of those things that's like kind of vague and not super well communicated. Like you don't know if that's just like
I don't know.
a visual.
So that like if it's not and you think it is, you fall and you die.
Yeah, because you're trying to get like
Your
pixel
roll.
perfect type shit.
You're
Or
rolled.
you're trying to just like go further than you
Right?
actually can.
Because every time I do the jump from the dragon to the trample steam, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna hit this jump, not a big deal. I'm nervous as shit.
Yep.
Because if you miss the game, you're fucked. It's over. Everything you have is gone.
And you just full dive.
You full die.
Crazy. Yeah,
So
that-
so you're trying to be careful with it, but then you think you can go farther than you can, and you miss it.
Yep.
And then if you don't, there's like 2 layers, and it makes it a lot more difficult. It's just weird. It's like it's frustrating.
Map could have been really good. Like the idea of the layout is really interesting, and I think just like
Solid concept. I'll say I wouldn't call it a great concept.
solid enough. I think it's interesting. It's different.
So-
Verticality
solid
is something we don't have in
Yeah,
zombies. much
solid
of.
enough to pose a solid to pose like what could be a good map.
Yeah.
But
If they just like worked out like the elevators, made them a little bit better, made them like more proper like fast travel type things to get you up and down.
but
instead
they
of-
don't.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a weird way of disconnecting, of like making every part of the map feel like its own spot, and for you to like technically be able to get there, but in a lot of places you can't, and it's all really weird.
Yeah. The map layout is so confusing.
It's so confusing.
I like normally after like a game or two I can get a pretty good grasp on the layout. Even if I don't have like all the specific details, I have like I have a vague idea of where everything is. I can kind of tell. I got nothing on Die Rise. There is like no visual map in my head of like where everything is.
Yeah, the
I got nothing.
on the bit in the bottom, like where you build the liquefier, behind that I loved again, I tell you, I loved Iris for a long time. No idea. I don't know what it looks like. I couldn't tell you. I know the area directly behind it. I know it's like you move out and there's a guy in the middle, and then it's like there's a door there, and there's like, oh, there's a door that way, and I don't know what those doors lead to, because I think most of those rooms are irrelevant. Is the thing? Is it those?
Yeah,
little rooms are stupid?
it's just like space that you can
There's
kind of
nothing
exist
there.
in.
Because that's also a flaw, is that I think that there's so much irrelevant space.
There is a lot of space on Die Rise that's just kind of not used.
That means nothing. Like, it's like, what are we doing here? You know?
Yeah.
It's not like a space that feels different, and there's nothing technically different about it. Like I'm gonna say, there's like the spot at the top by the dragon. Is there anything in that spot? No, but it feels different. You know,
It
you
is
go there
it is a
and
different
you,
area.
and you're like, that's different. That's the spot where we chill at.
Yeah.
Those sweatshops, bro, nothing. I got nothing. Which is maybe the idea, because it's actually a sweatshop, but also
Doesn't make for an interesting
fuck
map.
that. You know, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just because you're making something mildly accurate, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Make it look cool.
Yeah,
Do something interesting.
It's not good for visual interest.
It is not.
It's just a sweatshop. Like, cool, man.
Yeah.
Great.
And
Thanks.
then we'll switch off of sweatshops and move on to something that would, if it when it happens, you start to sweat. You want to know why? Because who's who? What happens? You get
Oh
scared.
shit.
You're like,
Oh
oh god,
my
I gotta
God.
move, gotta move. And you gotta sweat a little bit. Who's who?
Who's a cool idea for a perk?
Cool idea. I think it's one of the best ideas for a perk.
I think who's who might be viable on like maybe any map that isn't Die Rise.
Any map that's not done.
Like literally, like they added it on the map where it's like damn near useless.
It's weird,
It could be so good on so like imagine Who's Who in some of the other BO2 maps,
right?
or like any other map really.
It's just it's
And then also see the thing with Who's Who too. Even like Who's Who later on when it gets kind of brought back, it's in the game where being able to revive yourself means next to nothing.
when did they bring it back?
In Tombstone in Cold War.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's useless in there too because of the Cold War mechanics.
Yeah, it's weird.
Who's Who has just gotten fucked over in all of its incarnations.
Yeah, and
Its one appearance as a perk ever is like nothing. That being said, it is a cool idea for a perk.
really cool idea.
If it were on not Die Rise, man.
Like it's a lot of the things with like the way I'm kind of hearing the word, like it sounds a lot like Moon. Like a cool idea, didn't do it right.
Yeah, Die Rise is very Moon-esque in that.
But I think that Moon's more aggressive and like it's you're fucked.
Like, yeah, I guess so. Die Rise is just kind of like, oh, you fell, can't go back.
Oh,
now.
you fell, get rolled.
At least Moon I can move around in, and I can like get around the map easily.
Well, I'm saying Moon is worse here
Well, I know.
because.
However, Die Rise is cringe.
Agreed, and I'm gonna keep thinking about Die Rise as I got mad. This is. I feel like the way I'm saying it sounds like a joke. I'm not kidding. I thought about Moon and got frustrated, like for real. I was like, that piece of shit. Oh, I'm not doing it. I'm not thinking about it anymore because I'm thinking about the excavator and I'm like, ugh.
Okay, something that I can just be positive about is the Sliquifier.
Slippy by.
It's a really cool wonder weapon. It's
Slippy
really fun.
by. Why is it? I meant to say Slippy boy, and I went Slippy by. Slippy boy.
Sliquifier is just a cool wonder weapon.
Pre-patch was hype too.
Pre-patch it was a little bit wacky.
What? I mean wacky. It was sick pre-patch.
I mean, it was sick. It was also like kind of really OP. I get who cares though? Who cares?
I've always said who fucking cares? It's zombies, bro. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, pre-patch Sliquifier was pretty cool. Sliquifier right now is still cool. Like it's a really good wonder weapon. I think that if Die Rise was a little bit less annoying about the if you fall your game could just end instantly.
Yeah.
If that wasn't as much of a problem, the being able to slide around a bit and having that being kind of like a risk factor would actually be kind of fun.
Yeah. And something that I talked about when we played, and it's something that I remember from playing way back, is that Die Rise is one of the few maps that isn't just like level.
Yeah.
It has very few like on other maps. It's kind of like you've obviously got like it kind of moves up a little bit, but it's all kind of functions in like straight lines.
It's very just like you've got your area and then like staircase to area.
Yes, obviously staircases aren't necessarily level ground, but it's all straight lines.
Yeah.
That's not the case on Die Rise, which is unfortunate for the Sliquifier because you've got little doorways that you just can't move through. There's Sliquifier shot on it, and something that I remember from playing, like me going for high rounds way back, is that I would run in the room adjacent to the mystery box.
Yep.
Spawn.
Yeah, the room with the big hole in it.
Yeah, and I would how I would die is that they have not the little door that goes to the mystery box, but the other one, the one that you go straight forward and you drop down on the elevator, is that's where I would kind of shoot my gun, and then I couldn't go through that door because it kind of is a little like mound of debris, and you are slippy, and it's bad.
Little slippy boy.
Little slippy boy. Little sleep.
Yeah, the Sliquifier, like, if Die Rise was less like cringe, it would be better. However, it is just a cool wonder weapon.
Yeah, cool wonder weapon, but people would care more. People would look at that and be like, "Fucking love the Sliquifier." Like
Yeah,
everyone is like, this liquefier is pretty cool.
I think right now the way it is, people look back on it and they're like, Die-Rise is bad, but at least it's got like this liquefier and
Right?
stuff.
But people would be like, I love this liquefier.
Yeah,
if it was a good
you don't see too many people saying it's like their favorite wonder weapon because it just doesn't have a good like playground to use it in.
Like, I'm gonna make it an example. It's a sports thing, so you're probably not gonna understand it. But like, imagine some like a basketball team, like the Washington Wizards.
Okay.
Right? They have Bradley Beal, who everyone knows is a good player. Bradley Beal has averaged 30 points a game. He's very good. But the Wizards suck dick. They're really bad. We all know this. So, like, whose favorite player is Bradley Beal? Nobody. Not nobody, but nobody.
Yeah.
But we all agree that Bradley Beal's good. Just like, who cares? Because they fucking suck.
Jambo going wild.
Jambo has gone from the camera bag, or from the light bag, to the camera bag.
He's chilling tonight, man. God damn.
But yeah, so Bradley Beal is the sliquifier, is what I'm saying. And by that I mean the sliquifiers today had season-ending surgery on his left wrist, is what I mean.
All right, man.
That is true. That did happen today. Rip Bradley Beal.
Rip. Sliquifier no more.
Yeah. What else are we talking about on Die-Rise? Because it's just bad, actively bad.
Actively bad and unfun to play. Like I said, first and last time. I don't plan on going back.
We'll play it again at some point.
Probably,
but
there's nothing there that makes me go, I want to play Die-Rise. Because everything, to me, it feels very similar to Moon in that there's just enough going against me as the player that I'm like,
yeah.
Why would I want to put myself through this?
Why would you want to do that?
Like it's just not enjoyable. There's so many other like maps that I could play that are just like, hey, here's your stuff, here's your shit. Go have fun. Go kill zombies, kid.
Right. That's the thing. There's little room to go kill zombies. Go have fun.
Yeah, it's very much like the map kind of feels like it.
The only spot that's kind of viable is like the Dragon Roof area.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of areas where you're just like,
bro. I still
chilling.
I still have great memories of getting there with the boys. You all got trample steams. You're setting them down there. You got a line of them. Zombies can't even get to you. You all got your AN-94s pack punched. That one guy's liquefier. Everybody hates him, but he's got it. You don't. And you got one guy on the window. And that guy's having a bad time. Everyone else is having a good time. Actually, no, that's not true. You just put a trample steam on the window. That's what they would do. That's a W. That's a big W on the trample steam.
Yeah.
Just put it on a window. No one does that shit. Who cares? Sick.
Trample steam is really cool. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So the buildables in the maps, the buildables in like Transit and Buried and Die-Rise are like kind of cool. It's just that the buildable system is so god awful that it's like
somebody said when we were playing. It's crazy they never brought that back. Right?
Like the trample steam?
The trample steam never came back.
They should have brought it back. The trample steam itself is not the problem. It's cool. Yeah. There's cool things you can do with that, like having to build it, having to get the parts, and then being able to get to an area of the map that you couldn't otherwise.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
It's just weird they never brought it back.
Yeah.
I can't think of a map that you can plug it into, like a plug-in.
Well, yeah, obviously you'd have to design stuff a little bit around it.
But yeah, like think of, like, they could have some cool shit with the trample steam on Shadows, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if it would necessarily would have fit on Shadows. I don't know if I'd want to see it on there.
I'm saying like
just like in theory, like it could have been.
Like they build the map with the trample steam in mind.
Yeah. Could have been cool.
Because like I think the way the trample steam looks kind of functions like with the time period, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can obviously make some adjustments to it to make it fit a little better, but it isn't a terrible fit. And I think that like it'd be really easy to add verticality to Shadows.
Yeah, that is true.
Real easy.
So many maps could have benefited from having like a trample steam type thing. It would have been sick.
And Die Rise is one of them. To be fair, Die Rise would be so much worse. Die Rise would be the worst map without the trample steam.
Yeah, I mean, it was clearly designed with it in mind.
But
I
think that if you take the design of it out of mind, like if you and then you can't jump across the area, and you can't do the other things. Ooh, I almost forgot. We're gonna completely leave that because we're just kind of bullshitting a little. The jumping jacks.
Oh yeah.
Fucking W.
They're pretty cool.
W for Die Rise.
Rare Die Rise W.
Rare Die Rise W that isn't hindered by anything.
Yeah, it's just special round that changes up the kind of standard dog round formula a little bit.
Jumping jacks are really cool.
They're cool. They're a cool enemy. They're a nice kind of like innovation on the Nova Crawler that makes them less annoying.
It's crazy that that Nova Crawler is the thing that is it's one of the zombie staples, you know?
Yeah, unfortunately.
It is like you think of not just zombies running at you and you think probably Hellhounds first.
Hellhounds first, then Nova Crawlers.
And then Nova Crawlers. And the best iteration of them is on fucking Die Rise.
It does. It's a little bit hard for me to call them Nova Crawlers. They're like
obviously, but
they're like they're basically a different enemy.
But like it's the same shit. Like we all know what we're looking at.
Yeah.
But they're really cool. I think it's a really good way to get a perk is that you can't shoot.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
not even when you're downed.
I'm gonna yell at him real quick, and he said it already.
It was really
so
funny.
Here's what we did. We're playing.
Really funny.
We're playing. He's above me, right? We're in a different spot. This is pre-power, and we're trying to stab these guys.
Yeah, I'm in the spawn room.
You're in the spawn room.
Yeah.
So he's in the spawn room. I'm in the trample steam room. We're stabbing shit. We don't have anything. We don't have the trample steam built yet, so we're just knifing boys. He goes down. Happens.
Yep. There's like 4.
There's a lot of them. They fuck you up.
Yeah.
You're stabbing them. It's rough. Fair, but I think it's fine. Rough. I think it's cool.
I don't have a problem with it. It's just I wasn't expecting it, and it kind of overwhelmed me because I hadn't really fought them before.
Yeah. He goes down. It's fine. I'm knocking these boys out. I'm getting shit done as I do because I'm the GOAT.
In the trample steam room, at a point where you can't go back for me. By the way, just want to throw that out there.
Couldn't res him.
Not a single hope of me getting
not
back.
a hope, which is so stupid. But whatever. And him downed. Nothing to do. Try shooting his gun. I'm chilling. I just hear pop, 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 pop. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, reenactment. Jack was just like, did you just shoot?
Did you shoot?
It was I was just like, oh yeah, that's how that mechanic works.
He just shot.
Yeah, because
the whole thing was for nothing.
Yeah, because you know how when you go down, you just like you shoot. So you just shoot your gun, you shoot your ammo out when there's nothing around. That's what you do. That's how it goes. And so I just did that. The muscle memory kicked in. I just shot, and I fucked up the whole round.
Through the whole thing.
I died for nothing.
Your death was for nothing.
And it was really funny. And Jack got pissed at me.
I was a little frustrated.
It was really funny.
I wasn't like mad. But I was like, what the fuck,
You're just like, God damn it, man.
I was like, we went through this whole thing. Son of a bitch. Well, I think that's about all we have to say.
Yeah, we did.
Ooh, elevators are dog shit. They're bad.
What's dog shit?
Elevators. Implemented poorly.
Yeah. We briefly mentioned them. They're bad. They're
bad.
There's not...
If you could call them. If you could just call the elevator. It's so easy. It's so easy.
Yeah. I don't like... hate the idea of random perks because they kind of have like their set spawn locations.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I don't think that's an issue if the map layout isn't awful.
I think 2 things that completely fix elevators.
Mm-hmm.
1, a call button.
Yep.
Just in the frustration with the call button is that's what elevators do. Like I can guarantee you, whoever's watching, me and you have never in your life seen an elevator that doesn't have buttons to tell you where to go. Never in your life have you not seen that. until you played Die Rise. But you could have done it. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Which fixes them, like, nearly entirely. Dude, they can still have their random thing. Just call them.
Yeah, and then,
W.
dude, imagine, like you're in a scenario, you're trying to, like, get perked up, and you're like, calling the elevators, you're having to, like, hold out against zombies while you're waiting for, like, Jug to come down. You're just like, having to defend the area while you're waiting
be
for
sick.
it. That sounds cool as shit. And it adds, like, a bit of interest, but also a bit of consistency, because you can just, like, call the elevator.
And a second thing, which fully fixes them, if you have both these things, a timer. Above it, it tells you how long it has left there.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that would be so helpful.
Because you know. Like, how many times are you playing and you're in this liquefier room and you're waiting for shit to go, but you don't want to be camping on top of the elevator because it's a little bit not optimal.
A little sketchy.
A little sketch. And you kind of can't guarantee your life there. But if you're chilling out there, you can kind of, you can never guarantee it, but you can kind of, like, I'm fine, you know? And then you turn around and you see double tap just going up. And you're like, fuck. You have to wait.
It's all over.
But if you look at it and it's like 28 seconds left, you're like, cool, hold out for 20 seconds, and then I can roll up, chill there. I can vibe for 8 seconds.
Yeah. Dude, oh my god, that would be so helpful.
If you could have a call button and a timer, that completely fixes the elevators. I say 100% fix the elevators.
Yeah.
They then become one of the best implementations of perk spots we've ever had.
Yeah, that would be really cool if you could have call buttons. And then, yeah, like I said, just, like, calling the elevator down, your whole squad's, like, setting up, waiting for the elevator while you're waiting for, like, Pack-a-Punch or Jug or something to come down.
Yeah.
That sounds cool as shit, just, like, defending the area mid-round while you're, like, waiting for your perks to come in.
And it could be cool. And
that sounds like it could be so cool.
And then they thought, you know what we're going to do? Random. They move. You want to know why? Because it's
fuck you.
Because it went crazy and it's all going woo, 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 woo.
The randomized perk spots also, like I said, like, because of how confusing the map layout is, and because of just, like, the fact that there are those points of no return, it makes it just, like, needlessly annoying to get the perks that you're looking for.
Yeah. I don't mind random perk spots. In fact, I'm a fan of random perk spots.
I think that they would work if the map layout was less terrible.
Yeah. On my favorite map, we have random perk spots.
Yeah. Also, what I think benefits that too is, like, they aren't all random. There are the core perks are random, and that's it. And then you've got, like, the consistent locations for, like, Widow's Wine and stuff.
Yeah.
I like that.
Which is good. I think that's a really good way to implement it, but I think that random perk spots, not something that should be on every map, but it's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think that it can work in favor of maps. I think it would work on Die Rise if it was just easier to get them.
And there's also elevators like the one in the death corner, which I forget. I think we called it the death corner, but I'm not confident in that. Like, I'm like 30% sure we called it the death corner, but that's more positive I am on anything else. Which is just the corner that there's nothing. There's a box spot, there's a perk, and then if you drop into it, you can't just come back up. You can't. You have to go whoop, run all the way around, make a jump, make a drop that isn't, like, super risky, but, like, I've fucked it up before. You know, like, if I'm in a little bit of a tense situation and I move a little bit too quickly, clip off the side and it's over. You're dead. Dunzo. It's over. And there's just nothing. There's nothing there.
Yeah, so cold take coming from this podcast, Die Rise is bad.
It's bad.
I was hoping I would have more positive to say. Right. I played it, and I get it. I get why everyone hates the map. Because it just doesn't work.
Has so little going for it. But yeah, so that's been that part of the Die Rise cast. Now I do want to say, I just want to give some preempts for the next episode. We will be talking about
Vanguard map, whatever the name of it is. Terra Metadon.
Megalodon.
Terra Megalovania.
Terra Maledicta. We were talking about
Terra Melodic.
Terra Melod Pod. Hold on. How are we gonna Terra Melodicast?
Sure.
The Terra Melodicast.
Yeah, sure.
You get ready for that? If I'm being honest, probably not gonna be good.
Probably not. I hope. I don't have high hopes, but I do hope it is good. I hope it's fun.
I still again everything I'm saying. I said like I said to Sky. I am not excited, but I am anticipating it.
Yeah. I am looking forward to playing it because at the end of the day, it is zombies.
It's new zombies, and new zombies. I am never mad about new zombies, unless it's Darren Fong, in which case I was.
Yeah, we'll have to see. That's gonna be happening though. Podcasts will be coming out. That'll be hype.
And that's what we got.
Hey, remember how before we started, you said we should mention the BO forecast at the start of the episode,
I
and
did.
then we just didn't.
I did.
Did we mention it
I did.
for this podcast?
Pretty sure.
Okay, maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't remember.
I
doing
think
that.
you're dumb, but I might be dumb. So BO forecast coming.
Episode 20.
Episode 20, the 2-hour special, Pod of the Dead. It's on its way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So watch out for that.
It's gonna be hype. We're gonna be talking about.
Let me see which day that's gonna be. So this is episode-
I was gonna say the most controversial zombies game, but I don't think it is. I think it's just the most hated.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna disagree. It is much controversial because there are people who are like Codename Pete's like this is a good game.
There's not a lot of people who say that though. There's not a lot. It's enough where I think that most people are generally just like it's bad.
But I think there's
I wouldn't call it. Probably I guess the most controversial.
I'm gonna
still.
say, like by default.
Yeah, by default, because everything else.
Up on the
Oh
calendar.
yeah, we're talking. Yeah, everyone just hates Vanguard. Cold War might be one of the more controversial ones because a lot of people really
Definitely.
love it, like me, and then there are a lot of people who are pretty either lukewarm or
Just don't
just
care.
don't like it.
All right.
Black Ops 4 is more controversial than Cold War though.
Yeah.
And then BO3 is pretty universally loved. BO2 is overrated.
Universally loved, and you're
Overrated
wrong about
zombies
it.
game.
Yeah, you're wrong about it.
BO1 I think is looked back on fondly.
Yep. Yeah. But so,
Yeah.
but watch out. Most controversial zombies game, March 2nd. Watch out for it. Mark your calendars.
You looked up the date.
I
for
looked
it.
up.
Oh,
I looked
shit.
up the date so we can go mark your
Serious.
calendars, motherfuckers.
Serious shit right here.
And our next episode will be the Terra Melodicast.
Yep. After that, who knows?
We do. We know.
We did talk about it.
We did talk about
You're not gonna know.
it. You
though.
don't know though.
You don't know.
Yeah, bitch. Bitch.
Jesse.
Bitch. Bitch.
Jesse.
Bitch. That's the episode.